Hello everybody, welcome back to Key Creations. I'm Keisha and thank you so much for joining me today. And if you are new, I'm so glad to have you and I hope you will return. So today we are going to do another fall wreath, and the supplies you're going to need are, you're going to need a 14-inch wreath frame. This wreath frame is from Dollar Tree. You're also going to need some type of sign, and I have this sign. It says Hello Autumn with the little pumpkin and sunflowers, and this is from Dollar Tree too. You're also going to need some mesh, and I have two colors here. I have the orange, and I have, this is Polypro mesh ribbon, and I think this is jute ribbon is what it says. So it's jute ribbon, and I got both of these from Hobby Lobby. I believe I did. Yeah, Hobby Lobby. And this orange one here is 10 inches by 10 yards. And this jute mesh is 10 inches by 10 yards too. So you're going to need that. You're going to need some ribbon, and I have a variety of ribbon here. I might not use all of it, but these three are from Dollar Tree. Okay, and then I have this one, this burlap here from Hobby Lobby, and this green here is from Hobby Lobby too. You'll also need some pipe cleaners. You're going to need your scissors, your rotary cutter, and you're going to need your hot glue gun and glue sticks. So let me get everything set up, you guys, and when I come back we'll get started. Well, for this wreath we are going to do the ruffle method, and so we are going to cut our pieces 30 inches long. So what you'll do is roll out your mesh. And now I have, hold on guys, let me cut this off. Okay, so we're cutting the pieces 30 inches long. So my mat only actually measures out to like 24 inches. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it and measure here to 20 inches. And then I'm just going to put my finger here and just kind of slide it down here to the end, and then cut at the 10-inch mark to get my 30-inch cut. So you're just measuring it 30 inches, and you can very well use a ruler and some scissors to cut your mesh. So both this jute mesh and the orange mesh is going to be cut 30 inches. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our wreath frame. Okay, and so this is a 14-inch wreath frame, and this wreath frame has 6 sections. And so from this crossbar here that goes across all 4 of these bars to this crossbar is 1 section, and you have a total of 6 sections. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and so for this wreath we are going to well, I'll show you. So here, take your pipe cleaner, and we're going to cut our pipe cleaners in half. Okay, and the first thing we're going to do is we are going to place our pipe cleaner around these 2 outer bars here. Okay, so we're going to take our pipe cleaner and we're going to place it here around the 2 outer bars. Okay, and we're just going to work over the 2 outer bars for now. Okay, so let's take one of this jute piece, and we're gonna straighten it out like so. We're gonna take our fingers here in the middle, and we're just gonna we're just going to scrunch it. Scrunch it up the middle, like so. Okay, and then you'll have this. So you're going to come here to your wreath frame, and you're going to place your ruffle in the wreath frame. And just tighten it up. Okay? And so you will have that. Okay? And so we'll come on the side here of that ruffle, and remember, we're placing our pipe cleaners around the 2 outer bars. So we'll place our pipe cleaner there. Okay. And we'll take another jute mesh and straighten it out. We'll take our fingers here in the middle and just scrunch it up the middle. Okay, then we'll take our ruffle and we'll put it here in the pipe cleaner. Okay, and then we'll fix our ruffle here. And I do believe we can get one more in this section here. So we're gonna take our pipe cleaner, cut it in half, and let's see. Yeah, we'll put one more in that section. So we're coming here on the outer 2 bars, and we're gonna place our pipe cleaners. Okay. Okay, and so we're gonna take another piece and we're gonna do a ruffle. Just put your fingers here in the middle and just scrunch it up the middle. Okay, so we'll come here and we will place the mesh down in there. Okay, and so that's all we're gonna do around the whole wreath frame. Okay, is we're gonna put these ruffles over the outer 2 bars. Okay, and so I'm gonna finish that, and I'll come back and I'll show you how it looks with all of the mesh on the outer 2 bars, and then we'll work on the inner 2 bars. I have all the mesh on there. So what ended up happening was I was short 2 ruffles. Okay, and so if you're cutting at 30 inches, you're going to end up getting like 12 pieces off of 1 roll. And so I knew that, and I had another roll, but it wasn't a whole roll. So like I said, I was 2 ruffles short. So the last 2 sections only has 2 ruffles in there instead of 3. The other 4 sections has 3 ruffles, and the last 2 sections has 2. And you probably could get away with just putting 2 ruffles in each section. That way you won't have to, you'll just need that 1 roll of that jute mesh. But nevertheless, hopefully, you won't be able to really tell too much, or we'll, kind of fix it to where you can't really notice that maybe we're missing a couple of ruffles. So I also wanted to show you guys, so this is the last ruffle I put on here. If you guys can see that. And so what I did to the mesh, I put my ruffle on, but what I was doing to the mesh was just pulling it back like this. Just pulling it back so it'll kind of lay like that. So that's how I did all the mesh, all the jute mesh. I just pulled it back like that. Okay, and so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put the orange mesh on. So the same thing, we're going to take our pipe cleaners and we're going to cut it in half. And so we are going to place our orange mesh on the two inner bars here. So these two inner bars here, we're going to place the orange mesh. So we're going to put our pipe cleaners around the two inner bars, okay? And we are going to take our mesh, and remember this is cut at 30 inches too. So we're only going to put 2 of these ruffles in a section and we should be fine, okay? You just scrunch up the middle, all right? And we'll take it and we're gonna place our mesh in the pipe cleaner. Now for this mesh here, we're not gonna pull the mesh back like we did the jute mesh. We are just gonna straighten our ruffle out. Straighten our ruffle out like this. Okay, we're just gonna do it like that. So we're gonna place our other pipe cleaner on. Okay. And we're gonna take another piece of mesh, and roll it out, scrunch our fingers up the middle. We have that, and we'll come over here and place our ruffle down in the pipe cleaner. And then we'll just tighten it up. Okay? And then we'll come on and we'll fix our little mesh here, like so. And that's all we're gonna do. For those inner 2 bars, we're gonna put 2 ruffles per section. So I'm gonna complete that and show you guys when I come back. So I have all the orange mesh on, and remember we put 2 ruffles in each section. And so I did go ahead and pull the ruffles back like I did with the jute mesh. I just turned them back because, you know, it was a little bit too much in the middle and I still have to put my sign on. So this is how it would look with all the mesh on there. Okay, so the next thing we are going to do is place our sign on there. Now I already went ahead and hot glued my pipe cleaners on, and all you'll do is take your hot glue gun and you will put the hot glue on top of and around the pipe cleaner, and you want to let it dry really well. Okay, and mine is already dry somewhat, and so I'm gonna go ahead and place this sign on. And see, you see the holes here up here? That's where I took the little rope hanger they had on here. So I'm gonna try to cover those holes up. Hopefully they'll cover up. But anyway, all you do is stick your sign down here in the middle, and you want to make sure all your mesh is out. You know, you don't want to cover up the mesh. And just maneuver it down. And so let me turn it on the back. So, oh my goodness. See the pipe cleaners here. So I'm going to attach one end here and the other end down here. And I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera. Okay, so I got the sign on there. And this is what it looks like on the back. So here are my 2 pipe cleaners here where the sign is attached, and I'll just come back later and trim those up. So that's what it looks like. And so remember, we have been manipulating this mesh a lot, so it's going to fray. So you're just gonna have to give it a good trim, like when you're done, or you can trim as you go. That's what I do. I trim as I go, and then when I'm done with my wreath, I just give it a good trim with my scissors. Okay, y'all, let's make this bow. Okay, so I started on it, and all this is 2 bows stacked on top of each other, and both of these ribbons are from Dollar Tree, and they are 2.5 inches wide. And so I'm just going to add this green to it just so I can show you guys how I made the bow. So I am going to make my tails 10 inches long, and I know I'm going to end up cutting them, but I'll just make it 10 inches long. And I'm going to make my loops about maybe 5 inches or so. So what you'll do is you'll make your loop here, and you'll just scrunch it in the middle. Let me see if I'm about right. Yep. Okay. Okay. So then we'll come here and we'll twist, because you always want the pretty side of the ribbon showing. Now this ribbon is it has the same thing. It's a solid ribbon, so you don't really have to worry about that. But we'll make our loop on the other side, and then we'll pinch it, and we'll twist, and we'll make another loop. And then we'll pinch it, and then we'll twist it and make another loop. So we got that, and then we'll twist that. But first, I'm going to take my bow, and I'm going to place this down in between the pipe cleaners, okay? And then I'm just going to tighten it up like that. And then I am going to cut off my tail. Make sure that that is tight. And you want to fluff your bow really good, okay? But first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these pipe cleaners, and I am going to move them to the back. And then I'm going to kind of pull up on my bow, and then tighten up the pipe cleaner in the back. Like so. So what you want to do is make sure you fluff your bow up when you get it on your wreath too. Okay? You're gonna have to fluff it up again. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take these ends here, and we're gonna dovetail them. And so you'll take your scissors and you'll cut towards the wire part, and you'll get that V detail. And so we'll fold it over like that. And then we'll take our scissors and we'll cut towards the wire. And there you go. Okay, so I'm gonna place this on the wreath, and I'll show you guys once I get it placed on the wreath. So I have the wreath hung on the door, and here it is all completed. So what I decided to do is I decided to cut the tails off the bow, and I just hot glued it up there, and I covered up that spot, those 2 holes. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and if you would, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys, and have a blessed day.